there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Huskies of Anchorage taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Looking to throw. Hillman. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 58 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. Operating from the gun, Hillman. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Operating from the gun, Hillman. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Taken down at the 30. When you look at this defense, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Hillman. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. This a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On 1st and 10, Bass. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now a throw here, hold in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on first down, Bass. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Thomas has got it, complete. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Bass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. 23 yards on the play. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back to throw. Bass. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. But you look at this defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On first down, Hillman, throw left side, complete to McLeod. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Hillman. Quick throw there is incomplete. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure You don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 3rd and 2, Bass. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-6 the score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hillman got his open man. It's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Hillman. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
To throw on 3rd down, Hillman. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Gets it to Strong. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Hillman. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Hillman dancing to his left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, There's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Bass. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they bring their punter out there now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Throwing to start the drive. Hillman. And he's got the hook up to McLeod. And a good job there getting to him quickly after the catch as he's brought down right at the midfield stripe. On 1st and 10, Hillman able to complete this one to McLeod. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Back to throw. Hillman being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To throw on 2nd down, Hillman. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bass throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Throwing to start the drive. Bass. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Bass. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw. Bass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodge 2 pass attempts to the end zone.
Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 1st down. Hillman. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Hillman. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hillman. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. The Packers with an important win as they keep pace in the playoff picture and get their record up to 6-4 with the win. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. The Rams locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be. Obviously, they're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now. Because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down. Bass steps away to his left. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
On first down, Bass. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Looking to throw on second down. Bass. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. On 1st and 10, Hillman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. That'll give him 8 that time. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. Hillman. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the 1st down.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And a short gain down to about the 33.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they have regained the lead. So they're able to answer back here in the 3rd quarter with a field goal of their own to move back in front by 3.
It's like watching a tennis match, isn't it? Who's going to be able to break serve? Is it going to be Borg or is it going to be McEnroe, one of the great Grand Slam epics? Go ahead and look it up, folks.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Bass. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Bass. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hillman. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They run over center with Mitchell. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hillman. Flush to his right. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Off play action. Bass. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Short throw to the tight end Thomas. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Hillman. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Vegas. 61 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hillman. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw. Hillman. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just
confused.
off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On first down, Bass throwing middle, and it's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Bass into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Off the play fake. Hillman. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off play action. Hillman. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Back to throw. Hillman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who does have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Holding, receiving team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw. Bass. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
Back to throw. Bass. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First down, Huskies.
Looking to throw. Bass. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw on 2nd down. Bass. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 17. That is caught. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Huskies have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raiders heading out to take over. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll try and run some clock here as and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, Bass. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Bass finding Elliott for the catch on the out route.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bass. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Back to throw. Bass. Quick slant. He's got Elliott. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Here's 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Back in the end zone, can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. To throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at about the 28.
Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Off the play fake. Bass. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Anchorage,
they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.